Well, hi, I'm Bob Hartman. I have decided to show a video here of my brand new Mil-Uke ukulele. Mil-Uke is the name I gave to this instrument because I made it. This is a Stuart McDonald kit. And so I'm going to show off this instrument here. I'll play it on a separate video so that I can show it on this one. So let me give you an overview here. Now as I move closer, my head's going to move off the screen, so I apologize for that. But um, you'll see here that it's made out of solid book-matched koa. It's not laminate, it's solid koa. The top and the back were already pre-assembled. It was cut out. It was oversized. I had to shape it to fit the sides. The sides, however, you'll see that it has a joint there up in the middle. I had to join the two sides together. And of course, you'll notice how the grain matches. Well, I had to work that a little bit to get the grain to line up on the instrument, and also to line up. You can see it better with the back for this seam and this seam and the seam on the top to line up, and there's also a seam that's underneath the neck that you can't see, and it lines up as well. And that took some work, quite honestly, to get all that to work. It's got what are called linings that are glued in. You know, you learn a lot about an instrument when you have to build one, that these things, the top is not just glued to these very thin sides. You can see the depth of the wood there. It's right there on the top. It's not very much, so there's something called a lining that the top and the sides attached to. And if you look inside a guitar or any musical instrument, you'll see those linings. And they're very important when they route out decorative type binding, they call it, around the edge. Because when you take away some of that material, it reduces the strength of the instrument. I love the sides here. The grain comes out very nice. The finish on this instrument is just a natural finish over top of bare wood. So I did not stain it at all. That's just the natural color of the koa. You can see it better if I move it back a little bit, but you can see the features of the grain, which is quite attractive. I opted for a satin finish. The neck, I think, is mahogany. It has a rosewood decorative piece here up on the headstock. You can see it's not solid rosewood, it's just glued onto the top, and that was already attached. I attached the fretboard, set the frets in, filed down the frets so that they were flat. You know, you don't want a lot of variation in the height of the frets, which required building fixtures and jigs and all that kind of stuff. Polish the frets so they're nice and smooth. If you ran your finger up and down here, you don't feel the frets at all, which is very pleasurable to play. I learned from one of the instruction videos that it's nice if you round out the edge here somewhat, so that the fingerboard actually kind of slants in at the top a little bit. Again, the length of the string length is 13 3/4 inches from the break point on the nut all the way to the break point on the saddle. It came with a very nice. I had this at the bridge as well, 13 3/4 here. And you know, all of your adjustment would be in the saddle. That's all you have. In order for this thing to be in tune, you only have the width of that saddle, which is what, maybe 3/32 of an inch. That's not much, but it is enough to compensate the strings forward and backwards, and shorten that scale length just enough for these high strings. Tuners, I believe, if I haven't said it already, are Gotoh or Grover, I can't recall which. Friction tuners are very sensitive to the touch. What you turn is actually what you stretch. There's no gear ratio, so you know you don't get any much play. You know, with a geared tuner, you turn it 4 times to get 1 revolution. This, you turn it, it's real time here. So I'm very pleased with it. The action came out quite playable, and it sounds quite good. So there we go.